Hey everyone, and welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something that's becoming more and more relevant, especially for Gen Z.
It really is.
We're talking about the rise of AI, what it could mean for the future, like for all of us, but especially, as Gen Z is stepping into that future,
Right.
and what it even means to be human. The world is becoming more and more automated. So to help us unpack all of this, we're taking a deep dive into this really interesting article called AI Utopia or Dystopia. And to help us break it all down, we have our expert here with us today.
Happy to be here.
So this article, it doesn't really waste any time. It jumps right into how AI is already changing things. It mentions Google specifically
hmm
and how it's totally changed how we learn, even like challenging the roles of teachers and academics.
Yeah, and it uses that example of Google Scholar and how much easier it is to do research now.
Right.
We can just instantly access all these academic papers. It's made a huge difference to how we even think about libraries and what scholars do.
Totally. It's like having the entire world of information at your fingertips, which is kind of amazing. But the article doesn't stop there. It goes on to talk about social media, like Facebook and Instagram specifically, and how those platforms, because they're powered by AI, have totally changed how we connect with each other, maybe even how we see ourselves.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is the article, it argues that these algorithms, they're kind of curating our feeds, right?
Yeah.
So we're often just seeing what the algorithm thinks we want to see, not necessarily the whole picture.
Right.
And that can really affect relationships and even lead to, people comparing themselves to others and having self-doubt, which can be a big deal, especially for young people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like this underlying algorithm is almost like shaping our reality in a way. Which makes me think about the article's point about jobs and how AI could potentially make certain jobs obsolete. Like we've all heard about ChatGPT and how it can write articles and even code.
Exactly. And that's where it gets really interesting, especially for Gen Z, right?
Right.
Because they're just about to start their careers.
Yeah.
But the article doesn't stop at job displacement. It goes deeper. It questions our whole place in a world where AI can outperform us in so many ways.
Right.
It even talks about the rise of these AI companions like, chatbots and robots, and whether we might actually start to prefer their company over other humans.
It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, like where the robots take over.
Right.
But seriously, it makes you wonder, what does make us uniquely human then?
Exactly. That's what the article is getting at with this idea of reclaiming our humanity. It's not about rejecting technology entirely, but about understanding where it falls short and focusing on what makes us special, human.
Okay.
It encourages us to develop the skills that are uniquely human, things AI can't replicate, like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence.
So it's not about being anti-technology. It's more about being more human-centered in how we use it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because think about it. AI might be able to write a report or even create a piece of art.
Yeah.
But can it really understand the emotion behind it? Can it form real human connections?
Right.
Can it grasp the complexities of our relationships? Those are the things the article highlights as fundamentally human.
This has definitely given us a lot to think about. What was your biggest takeaway from this deep dive into AI?
For me, it's the call to action. It's not enough to just sit back and watch AI evolve. We need to actively shape our future alongside it, figure out how to leverage its power, but also hold on to our own human strengths. And that's a really crucial message for Gen Z, since they're the ones who'll be living in this AI-driven world.
Absolutely. So to all our Gen Z listeners out there, as you're going out into the world, think about this.
Mhm.
What are you good at? What makes you you? What can you offer that AI can't?
It's a good question.
And it's something to think about as we wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, keep those minds curious